Hi there, this is Sheila. Welcome to the Painted Pig channel. I appreciate you joining me here for this little flip through of my latest finished journal, number, I don't know, I've been calling it number 33. I need to look up William Morris's wife's name and I can name it that, but that is because William Morris papers are used, digital, by Artie Mays are used inside here. Now, for the cover, I did something a little bit different. I did a journal topper, as you can see. This is a 6x9 cloth-covered, soft-covered journal. Lace on the spine, hiding the stitches, and a detachable tassel. It's got a little key charm and a little lock. Of course, the key doesn't fit the lock, but that's okay. And we have some Tim Holtz paper dolls on the front, and a little newlywed couple, I guess. And they are partially stitched and glued. And then we have some vintage buttons here, still on the card. And they cost 50 cents, so I would say they're just vintage. But they were given to me by my friend Margaret. And they belonged to her 100-year-old grandmother. Okay, it's got metal corners on the corners, and paper flowers and ribbon flowers, and it's right purty. The closure is 2 eyelets with sari silk. And this I purchased from an Etsy shop, and I will try to link it below. I don't remember the name exactly. And inside is a front pocket with a journaling card, and there is a "This Book Belongs To" that the owner can put on the front, or she can put it on, I say she, but, I was going to put that on. The owner can put it on the front or the back. And, my battery's crashing. Oh dear. So this has got a little notebook behind the belly band, and this is my version of a Tim Holtz frame. And that is, I think, Bohemian Crafting photograph. And here we have a tag with some, with a photograph donated by Monica, and some little die cuts, and partially covered in cellophane packaging and yellowed to make it look older. And we have a generous pocket with little lace peekaboo right here. Writing, and then here we have a pocket inspired by Margaret Seven Plaza. It's a stack pocket, and it's just one book page folded to make these pockets with these little guys in one of these vinyl kind of pockets that I got from an album at the thrift store. I just came across it. Okay, more William Morris paper, which this is also. Here is a page from the German book. Here is some vellum with the William Morris paper. And this, I don't know if you may have seen the video where I did, well, it was a bad video, but I took napkin and decoupaged it on a sheet of plastic, and so this, and it was a cutout of a flower, so this is what it ended up looking like, and I used it to cover some ink splotches that my printer put on the page. And then on this side, I just used a little stamped piece of book page. And I'm sorry, it's early morning, so I may be croaky. And here is a tag with a little dangly tag. And it is also from the Artie Mays kit. Here we have two journaling cards, two Tim Holtz journaling cards. That's got his paper dolls, and this has just got a picture I got off the internet. And they're not decoupage, but they're collaged and decorated. And this paper is actually Amity Bloom. No, I take it back. I think this is Toots Craft Corner. And then, of course, this is William Morris paper, writing paper. And the William Morris is printed on both sides. Tim Holtz card and little journaling card on Tim Holtz paper. And I used Monica's photograph. And I made a tuck. Mounted them on top of a Tim Holtz flower. And they're covering a lady driving this car in front of the Eiffel Tower. I thought that was a cute idea I got from the Tim Holtz Live. And of course, this is some of that, my experiment, where I printed these onto sticky paper to mimic Tim Holtz's paint chips. And then here you have a faux antique paper. This is from Roxy Creation, Rachel at Roxy Creations. It is in Italian. And it's printed on like parchment paper. And there's another one. And they slip inside this. Peek in the front. I'm going to move this one up just a bit. There we go. A cute little couple Tim Holtz people on the front. And little, I think this is a printable from Junk Journal Studio, I think. William Morris paper. A little altered paper clip. And music paper. And this is probably my favorite. It's just a sack from my Hobby Lobby, I think. And then we have the canvas, my experiment with the paint. And on canvas. And some Tim Holtz ladies. And then the tag has some ephemera on it. And you just move the ladies. Of course, with this tab if you want. But I think that turned out so cute. And then you have a tuck spot down here with a couple of little pieces in it. And then you have my faux aged tape. And this is real tape with alcohol ink on it. And some little collaging there, some decorating. And here we have a flip. This is Rachel's, one of her inspired weekly challenge, I think, but it was early on. And some Nouveau crystal glaze on there. A little stamp here. And this is a tuck, not a pocket. A little journaling card. Some decoration ephemera on there. Here's another William Morris page. These are just Velcro closures for these little cards. And this is from an Artie Mays kit of envelopes. Very pretty. And I just printed it both sides. The other piece of vellum, and it was okay. It didn't have any ink on it. And here we have some more Tim Holtz people with acrylic over book page and a decorated tag. This is Tim Holtz wallpaper, as is this. And this is not complete, but there's a little round tag in there. And then this is empty, so the owner can fill it up with whatever. And here we have a hidden paper clip with packed full of tags and bits of ephemera. And that's Rachel at Roxy Creations. And here we have another flip with some, this is a faux antique letter also from Roxy. Here's a quote from William Morris: "Not on one strand are all life's jewels strung." And here we have our first, these altered paper clips, hidden paper clips, were just all the rage. And Corey Diamond showed them on her channel, and I think that's probably what started it. But it was Sparkbird Studios. And a lot of people that did them didn't give her the credit, but some even did digitals just for that. But Sparkbird Studios, she said she came up with it. Now, somebody might have done it before, but she was lying in bed and came up with it. So, anyway, she's the first one that Corey Diamond saw do it, so I'm going to say she came up with it. And I'm going to put, not this tab, but I'm going to put a tab. This is your writing board, and I'm going to put a tab on the side. You got another little raggedy notebook right there, or pad. There's another corner pocket with a little peekaboo, lace peekaboo cut out. And here is actually some of the Tim Holtz transparencies. Where I ordered them from, I actually wanted I actually ordered the different pack, transparent things too, I think. And so they sent me this by accident, but they've never messed up my order before, so and I had to choose between this and the other one, and so I'm fine. I'm fine with them. And there's Tim Holtz tag. And some ribbon and a little washi tape. William Morris vellum sheet. Here's another Roxy's Weekly Challenge pocket, I believe. That's a cute little tag, and it's on the William Morris paper. This is from the Artie Mays kit. Yeah, that's cute. And we have tickets here. And Railway South to London Bridge. I like the way that turned out. I really do. Writing page in here. Another flip with a little card. And this is one of my favorites too. It's a little Tim Holtz lady with a vellum butterfly behind her. A stamp. Some little flowers. And in honor of Easter, it's a little bunny. Okay, we have some vintage writing paper, elementary writing paper, another tag from the Artie Mays kit, and behind here a journal card with Tim Holtz flowers. One of my little clusters there. And here we have a ledger page with a dangle. These were some lovely earrings that I got in Dahlonega, Georgia. Handmade. And of course, I loved them so much I wore them all the time until I lost one. And I forgot to say that in the middle of the signature, there's two signatures here. There is a little charm and some beads. And then we were just about to the middle of this one. More William Morris paper, by the way. William Morris paper there. William Morris paper there. And the center of this signature has a charm and some beads, slightly different, and they're hung at different levels there. This is another stacked pocket, inspired by Margaret Seven Plaza. It's a folded music page. Here's one of my little Monica People tags. And it's partially covered with the packaging. It's got some of the aged tape. It's just distressed and sewn and bent and just all kinds of cute, I think. Inspired by Tim Holtz. Tim Holtz word tag there, and I can't think what they're called, but anyway, it's Tim Holtz. And here we have an over-the-page flip, and it's got a magnet to hold it, so you can lift it up to journal on the page. You can journal here, and then I don't know if you can see, but there's a pocket, and this is more of a Tuke's craft table, I believe. And it's just a folded piece of paper, so you can journal on it. And then the picture goes on the outside to show through. It's right pretty. And here we have an altered paper clip with one of those little cabochon thingies. And there's the button on the back, and I like the green with, you can see this green, and it sort of mimics it. And then there's green here. This is an envelope with these guys, these Monica guys that I altered, and then there is another antique page in there, faux, from a digital. And of course the envelope is also from a digital. Let me get it back in here if I can. Did it close up on me? Oh, it's supposed to be closed on me. Okay, there we go. There we go. It shouldn't be difficult. Some more of that vintage paper. William Morris print. And I think that came from Bohemian Crafting. Another William Morris vellum. And this is actually stuck down to the paper. It's not a paper clip, but it is from the Roxy Creations Weekly Challenge. And another tag from the Artie Mays kit. So I think this is really cute. Here's another tag from the kit. And this has a little vellum pocket in the front with a tiny tag. I think that's cute. This is a pretty well made journal too, if I do say so myself. It should hold up well. And this came in the Tim Holtz transparent things that I got. And yeah, as you can see, it's not the paint chips, but it's fine. It's similar. And then I just did the a la Corey Diamond stripes down, strips of paper down, and just glued a pretty just a circle, really. It's not even a reinforcer. And here we have the second tab, and hidden paperclip tab, and it says memories. And then in the back you have a trapped tag. It must have gotten into the glue. Okay, there we go. And it is just one of my little paper flowers with some of that pattern paper, Mod Podge pattern paper with string and a little decor and a die cut frame around some Monica girls, and they've got that right there in the corner too. I think that's cute. Yeah, I went crazy with those photos, and after watching the Tim Holtz live, and I know that made a mark there, but I think, you know, what character, right? This is Cary Griffiths inspired. He calls these expandable tags, I think. Journal tags, maybe. I'm not sure. And I don't know why this left that mark there, but I don't think it's enough to bother anyone. And then this is what I intend to collage here, and that will be done shortly. I had forgotten that I just left that unglued. So there we have it. Mrs. Morris. Charles. I didn't talk much about them, but they were quite a couple. William Morris lived in the 1800s. I think he died around 1896, in his early 60s. And he was born from wealthy parents. His wife, not so much. But she was famous for her embroidery skills, as was her sister. They both married well. And Mrs. Morris probably did not marry for love. It is said that she stated at one point she never loved William Morris. But she did love this artist. She was also an artist model. And there was an artist friend of William Morris. I think his name was Rossetti, something like that. Or Roselli. And by all accounts, they had an ongoing affair for many, many years. And he became addicted to something called Chloranol, I think. It was one of the very early anesthesia, painkiller kind of things. And so he eventually died, and it didn't take long to find a substitute. So she always had her little side hustle. And apparently William Morris knew about it, and possibly even had his own little girlfriends. But he was a socialist and did a lot of good things during his life. So, like I said, he was very interesting. And, of course, he was famous for his textiles, but he was also an artist and a writer and multi-talented. He was a very, very intelligent man, but he is described as short and stocky and loud. So, he did have his faults. But I think there is a sort of a resurrection of his textiles and his talent with them, his designs. And so, because you can get, it's hit the craft world, because you can get, as you know, washi tape, William Morris washi tape, and of course there are several William Morris digitals out there that you can purchase. So, and I think there's wallpaper and probably textiles as well. So, anyway, but this little journal, like I said, I think it's a well-made journal. And it has canvas spine and a muslin interior. And, you know, the drippage off the bottom. And the pretty sari silk ribbon. And the topper. And the detachable dangle. Tassel. And then, of course, at the top, the tabs. So, it's got a lot going on. And it will go in my Etsy store when I finish the next journal. I've got one more of these cloth-covered journals to do. It's the purple one. So, once that's finished, I will do a reminder flip through of all 5, and then Josie. So, all of them will go in my Etsy store at once. Thank you